Hey everyone, Mr. Devil here, Kenny Danico, three-time Stanley Cup champion of the New Jersey Devils, and you're listening to the Uncle Pucker's New Jersey Devils podcast. Let's go Devils!
Hello, everybody. We are the Uncle Puckers. I'm Chris, along with Mr. Tim Wood, and Tony Zamboni will be joining us shortly, and hopefully even Bobby, but I'm not sure about that. But our Devils have now, since Jack's been back, lost all 3 games since his return, and Timo's return, and Gritchik's return, and there's a lot to kind of be, I guess, happy about as far as just their way that they were playing, but the results and some of these mistakes and things like that are infuriating. I thought last night's loss to the Capitals was one of the most frustrating losses of the season. And I thought the game before that against the Islanders was probably the most frustrating, and then this one topped it. So I guess we got a lot to talk about. So I guess this will be a nice therapy session for us Devil fans to kind of just talk through it and see what the hell is, see if we can come up with some answers that'll never be taken seriously or any of that. But Tim, how are you?
Yeah, it's all right. We can just, it'll be for Chris and Tim's mental health. That's what this will do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to feel. Like it's like this, like I'm not getting mad about this anymore. Yeah, it was annoying, but like it's like, like they keep proving to us who they are. And every single piece of the goodwill that they were afforded from that 8-game winning streak is now gone, because they now have a 5-game losing streak and a 3-game losing streak. So that's it. We're a 500 middle of the pack team, and it's up to them to prove to us otherwise. Marginally, like, encouraged, that Brat potted a couple finally. The power play looked a lot better. The PK was 1 for 1. I know they had a 4-on-4 in there too. We're finally getting the goaltending that we want. We got 3 goals and the goaltending that we needed. It's just, the defense is still leaky. It just kind of, I don't know, they're lacking some sort of killer instinct, and it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of pussies. Like, fuck these guys. Like, you know what? No, now I'm mad. Like, fuck them. Like, fucking pussies. Fuck all of you. Fucking losers.
Well,
I'm going to keep going on and on unless you.
I get it, and I understand. I mean, like I said to you, I popped on after the game yesterday to watch some of Ace's show, and I actually, as much as I love Ace and I enjoy his show, it was so much like this team sucks and everything should be burned to the ground, and I get that feeling, but I was like, I need to get myself out of that mindset right now, because it'll completely just take over my entire night and my day. And I had to pull away a little bit and think about this. And you're right. It's infuriating because they don't have the killer instinct. They don't have, there are a few guys on this team that weren't on this team last year, or at least not fully for all of last year, that I love right now. Like, I love Connor Brown and Cody Glass and the way they are playing.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we actually have a third line that can produce in big moments, take big face-offs, just they're being put in really good positions, and they haven't let us down. And then there's those same guys that every year, Steven Engel's writing about it. You were furious about it last night after the game. Dougie Hamilton needs to get off this team immediately. It's obvious that this idea that he refused to trade, now he knows that the team wants to kind of move on from him. Was there any effort from this guy last night?
Honestly, like and he was on the ice for all 3 goals against, and 4 if you want to include the one that got called back. And the one that got called back, that was 100% his effort. It just fucking lazy job tying up his stick. The Ovechkin game tying goal, there's a little bit of a D-zone mix up there between the forward 2 on a switch. Like, Ovechkin gave it up to Protas, who walked up the wall on it, and I think Dougie followed him a little far and then didn't get back in to cover Ovechkin. But that's the all-time leading goal scorer in NHL fucking history, and you're letting him just sit there behind you.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And then, not to just completely shit on Dougie on that one play, on that one goal, but like, Nason gave Protus and Sandine all fucking day, and Nason was outside the blue line when Sandine started walking right down the fucking center of the ice and gave him all day in the world to find Ovechkin back door. It's like, it just these guys like Dougie in particular just looks like he doesn't want to, like,
He doesn't.
He's almost like active. It was like almost like active fucking sabotage. There was one play, like it was off a face-off and in the defensive zone, and a devil is like racing up the ice in between the defense, and we haven't cleared the puck, like, and it's Dougie Hamilton. It's like, where are you going, man?
Yep.
Like that's not, like, where are you going? Like, stop that. And then, of course, you know what happens? The Capitals come right back on a 3-on-2 and almost score. There's another play. Dougie stepped up in the neutral zone, 2-0. So, like, didn't come close to intercepting the pass, didn't take a guy, didn't take anything away, and they got a 2-on-1 right behind him. The amount of times that guys just wind up behind our defensemen, and Luke's not alone in this either. He let Martin Ferivari get in behind him. Like, Luke's biggest strength is his skating and his speed, and he just let Martin Ferivari just bully the shit out of him. Ryan Leonard bullied the shit out of Luke in a D zone retrieval. It's just there's no battle. There doesn't seem any willpower. Like, I don't know.
I really want to see, and I've been saying this for the last 2 years, but I really want to see Luke start taking the play, like taking control of a play. I don't see it enough. The guy is one of the best skaters, if not the second best skater on our team, third best skater on our team. And there's no like attack. I want to see this guy. We know he can do it. We know he can go end to end. He can cause offensive pressure. He can get, the puck in deep. And it seems like he never does. Now, I know that that's probably taught to him, like, defense first. I get that. But sometimes where I see, like, you got a lane, go for it, and he's looking for a pass or he's dumping it in or whatever. Like, and I know that'll grow. And this is just not anything about the game last night, just something about his game. I really want to see more of that. Like just more of a concerted effort to take the play offensively. And I know he can do it. And I really hope he'll grow into it.
And he did it in overtime. Like he hopped on the ice, drove to the net and tried to make something happen. And like, I saw Luke getting killed on the internet for like, why is he forcing it there? It's like, you know what? Like, I want him to take that chance. Like,
I don't have a problem with that.
I have no problem with that. And he got back. That goal's on Cotter for getting his doors fucking blown off by Jacob Chikrin. Like, there's absolutely no reason that, like, that play developed in the defensive zone. Like, Chikrin got the puck on his blue line and he just outskated Cotter, blew right past him.
There was a article written, I think, by somebody from Pucks and Pitchforks I skimmed through today about how, that Sheldon Keefe putting Cotter on there for the 3-on-3 overtime, it cost us the game. And, about that basically, like Cotter had no business being there. And I don't know, like, Cotter's got a great set of hands and, you kind of, I don't mind him being out there in those situations. But at the same time, like Steven's saying about Nico, like, Nico's got I don't know what's going on with him right now. Like, how many opportunities did he have last night?
And we're not giving him a free pass. He had a good game. Like, he just didn't bury anything. He had an assist on Brad's power play goal. Like, he's got 3 or 4 assists in his last 4 games. So he's, he went a good 7-game chunk without any points.
Right.
But yeah, and I think we're allowed to be frustrated with him not putting the puck in that. He scored 35 goals last year. He's not going to come close to that this year. And it's just like,
no,
that kind of inconsistency with all of these guys is what's fucking maddening. It's just like, we cannot have Jesper Bratt on pace to score 14 goals. We can't have Nico Hischier on pace to score fucking 20, maybe. Like, what happened to Mercer? Like, he started so well, and now he's just like a fucking bag of fucking
himself.
Dog shit. Like, and back to Dougie, like, he was great before he got hurt. And now he's an absolute mess out there.
I don't want Dougie on this team anymore.
Like, Siegenthaler's wildly inconsistent. Dylan's regressed. The only one who's actually looks like they have kind of fresh legs right now is Brett Pesce.
Yeah.
And Jack.
Yeah. Well, it's this team. I see. I'm not ready to give up on the team because I do feel like they can get onto a roll. They can, string together some wins. I know that the offense will come. They're too talented for that. My biggest concern is it just doesn't matter because if you don't make any kind of big changes, with this lineup, you're only going so far. I mean, sure, I'd love them to make the playoffs, but if they end up playing Washington or Carolina in the first round, you're done. You're done. I don't
That's
know if they
yeah.
can. I
It's
don't know if you're going to beat them in a 7-game series.
what's
So,
what's the bar for success from like the ownership and management's perspective?
well,
Like,
that's
is
a good
it
question.
like is it getting to the playoffs and getting that extra gate revenue? I bet that's ownership's like. I bet that's what ownership wants.
Well, I think that, is it cup or bust? I mean, with Tom Fitzgerald, I don't know. To me, Tom Fitzgerald has to be on the thinnest of ice right now. Like
Yeah.
you didn't make the moves when the moves were there to be made. I don't give a shit about excuses or reasons. You should have had backup plans. You should have had a plan B and a plan C and a plan D, and you didn't. Plan A didn't work out, and you went and hid, and oh well, came in second again. Well, now's the time to make a move. If you are right now, you have 42 points with 38 games played. You are sitting on sixth or fifth, rather 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth in the Metro. So to get into a playoff spot right now, you're 3 points behind the Flyers with 45 points. But the Flyers also have 2 games in hand on you, and they beat us twice. So
The Flyers are a better team
right now, yeah. And if you really want to make a move, then and you believe that you have a lot of the pieces to go on a run, then you got to pull the trigger and get some new blood in here. That means Mercer needs to go, Hamilton needs to go, and whoever else. Like at this point, I don't care. And I want to actually bring that up to you because we received an email from Chris D, which I thought was, in the reckless speculation department. But I just want to get your opinion on it and any listeners that are here that want to get in. So he writes about a possible, like, what do you think about this as a trade proposal? And he writes, oh, wait, where is it? Okay, that's not the right one. I apologize. Hang on.
Get it together, Chris.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, basically, it was, he had said, Brady Tkachuk, would you trade Nico Hischier, Dawson Mercer, and a first for Brady Tkachuk? And that was his reckless speculatory trade proposal. Personally, I think captain for captain would be enough. I don't think you would have to throw all that in for Brady if you're giving up a guy like Nico Hischier. My question to you,
that seems like a little bit much. I think, like, I mean, Nico and Dawson, sure, but then we're losing 2 forwards, gaining 1 back. We're also losing a center for a wing.
or do they have another guy that we can pull in the trade?
Yeah, I'd have to look at their roster.
Yeah.
Of course, like I would love to have. We've talked about this. Like I would love to have Brady Tkachuk on the team. I think he's an emotional game changer. But like, people say that about him, but like he's in the same timeline that the Devils are on, and Ottawa's got basically the same record as the Devils right now. And they've only been they've only been to the playoffs 1 time. They were successful in them. Like Brady was very successful in the playoffs. But it's like I don't what has he shown that it would be the missing piece? I realize there's the thought line of like he's obviously built for the playoffs. That's not a unique perspective, but it's like what has he actually done to get his team to the playoffs? Like we need to do that. Like are we or don't we? Should we tank? Like should we fucking get rid of
for what? Like for what? To have Tom Fitzgerald rebuild it again?
Yeah. Take the third best right D in the draft, like a fucking asshole that he's probably going to do. He's probably fucking jerking off to Keaton Verhoff because Keaton Verhoff's a right-handed D. Now we'll have 7 of those fucking guys.
The move that should be made right now that the Devils should have done a few weeks ago is fire Tom Fitzgerald. I really think that ownership should have stepped in and said, okay, it's obvious you have no fucking idea which direction you're going in. And right now he's just I feel like he's just keeping his fingers crossed, and I'm sure he's calling everybody, because he always does that. He loves to talk on the phone.
He's very active. He's
but nothing
chit chatty like a high school fucking girl.
Nothing will get done, and the problem is if nothing gets done, this is the team we have. This team's not going to win a cup. I say this team as is probably isn't going to make the playoffs. I know you disagree.
They're still going to make the playoffs. They're going to rip off a bunch of wins at some point. I do think the Flyers and Islanders will fall back. The Islanders are getting very lucky and have been very goaltending dependent.
Yeah.
However, I think it's more than the GM. Like I think, our ownership group, and I forget what I was listening to that mentioned this, but like all the teams that this ownership group owns are all mediocre. Like they don't give a fuck about winning. They give a fuck about making money. Like they're hedge fund guys. So
Okay, but
that's their
ownership is only going to take you to a certain place. Like it comes
right.
down to
But
management.
ownership is the boss of the management. And if the ownership doesn't give a fuck, they're gonna let Tom Fitzgerald in his weekly check-in status meeting on Fridays tell him everything's okay. And they're not gonna look at the standings because they don't care. So
Well,
like they're letting Tom Fitzgerald get away with this, um, which is what I'm saying. Is like I don't think ownership cares enough to look at this team and be like, why aren't we winning? So like that's why you know what, like people should stop going to games. Like like hurt the owners because then that will hurt things. But like also like how Fitz wasn't fired after Quinn Hughes because the revenue that they would get from Quinn Hughes Devils jersey. This is the last year of the jersey. You know how much money they would make alone from a Quinn Hughes jersey?
they would be must-see TV. Every national game would be fighting to get Devils on for, to have all three Hughes brothers. It's a huge attraction, and he whiffed. He
Yeah.
whiffed hard, and
And you know what? Guess who won in overtime last night?
Wild.
Minnesota
Yeah.
on a goal from Kirill Kaprizov to Quinn Hughes to Matt Boldy. And it's like, I want that for us.
Yeah. I mean, Quinn is so much better than anybody else on our team. He would have been the best player on the team from day one walking in. And, what happened? Yeah, I don't know about that, Steven.
Did you see what I sent you?
Oh, yeah. What's up? What was that?
That was fucking weird.
Now, was that real or was that?
Yeah, they're Photoshop. That was like from the Devil's Post. They're photoshopping his hand because and you saw those pictures with him and Tate McRae. Like he's still got that rig on his hand of whatever it is. Like, did this guy lose a fucking finger? Like, what the hell?
I don't know, it's weird, but I don't necessarily know if he came. I mean, he's still skating great. He's still got a shot. He can still, he's just not taking faceoffs right now.
He and Brat were electric last night in that, there's that run of play in the second period for maybe the first 8 minutes or so where they were just fucking burying the Capitals. And it wasn't just like them passing around the outside. They were getting
caving
shots
them
in. They're caving them in. Logan Thompson was all over the ice. He was flailing. He was on his back. He was on his side. He was on his back again. He was on his face. It was like he was all over the ice. Like they were caving them in. They cannot buy a fucking goal. Like every goal just seems like it's so hard for this team to manufacture.
And it happens to every team, and we've seen it. Every team goes into goaltending droughts, but this is like when you were getting the opportunities and not bad. That's the thing that worries me. It's like we should have scored 8 fucking goals last night. Like we should have again. If we were playing a team that came at us the way we came at Washington, especially in the second period, we would have let 4 goals in.
And like I know people are killing Jack for that fucking dumb mistake he made. Whatever. This is what happens.
But this is what when you have a player like Jack Hughes, you have to live with these because it's part of his game.
Yeah,
is turning the puck over like that is because of how he, in my opinion, I believe it's because of how fast he sees the game. He knows what he's going to do 3 moves ahead before what he does it. It's easy to kind of, misplay a puck or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with that because the guy can do magical things with the puck on his stick.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I mean, I'd still like to see him make a better decision. Like he tried to, so I rewatched it a couple times and it looks like he actually tries to slide a little pass up to Luke, but and he shouldn't have turned into the inner slot. Like he should, because he picked the puck up off of Dylan Strome. He probably should have gone behind the net because Strome is right here in front of him, but he tries to turn it back up quickly. So here's another thing so I'm in the middle of a lengthy blog right now that I'm calling Diagnosing the Devils. And it's more or less because I've written a blog about Dougie and he turned to shit. And then I wrote a blog about the decor and they turned to shit. So I was like, if I write a blog shitting all over how they play hockey, maybe they'll play better. So that's kind of the logic behind it. So The
Okay.
Devils do not play fast enough. They just don't play fast enough. I'm reverse engineering the
Sure.
fucking
I get it.
the mushing that I've been doing.
I get it. Hockey players are superstitious. You're a hockey player.
Yeah,
I get it.
exactly. Oh yeah, sure. Well, not right now. My game's they're like 3 weeks in between. I've gained like fucking 10 pounds over the
It's the
holidays.
holiday season.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, just like the amount of
Season.
like cheese farts I've had over last night.
Oh, my dog had that too.
I know my dog almost left the bed last night. He gave me a look. He's like, "Oh, what the fuck is wrong
Man,
with
my puppy had the worst gas last night. It was fucking nasty. My wife and I are just watching TV, and every few minutes we're like, "God damn it, Turbo! What are you doing?" Yeah, the worst.
You're just like, oh,
Yeah,
dog farts are disgusting.
they are disgusting.
You hear that, Jax? You're a disgusting animal. There he is. You see him?
Yeah, I see him. He's a good boy.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's lying down. So anyway, the Devils right now, like one of our biggest things, and you hear all these other national broadcasters, and I actually was listening to the Caps broadcast last night because
You missed Don LaGreca.
I know. What a shame.
Oh.
Although the Caps guys aren't much better. They're kind of annoying. Although everybody down here fucking loves these guys. So they're like, oh, the Devils are, a very fast young team. And it's like, we're not really though. Like,
no, they're not either.
So part of this blog is like I'm really kind of dissecting how they play hockey and where things are going wrong for them. So they are, and this is since the beginning of 2023. So they're one of the worst teams at D zone exits, and there's actually this all three zones microstat data. So like we know that we've seen it. Like they're so bad at clearing the zone. Statistically, yeah, they're one of the worst teams in the league at it. They're one of the worst teams. They're kind of middle of the pack at the defenseman getting to retrieve the puck. They're middle of the pack at the defenseman fucking up those retrievals. And yeah, they're one of the worst teams at zone exits. So there are two kind of ways that you can leave the zone. It's kind of chipping it up and out, and that's kind of the Carolina way. And they were the best team in the league at zone exits. Then there's the Edmonton Oilers way, which is carrying out with possession, and that's McDavid. So because we're so bad at that, we get hemmed in the zone, and then we're now just really bad in the neutral zone. And the neutral zone is where players tend to generate a lot of speed, and they have this NHL Edge tracking data that tracks, speed bursts. So, and the Devils are ranked 18th in speed bursts over 20 miles an hour because they're just playing too slow throughout the neutral zone. And I've said this a few times, where it feels like their main instinct is to retreat and regroup. They will pass it back. They will pass it back to the defenseman and change because they've been pinned in the zone. Or the guys will take very specific routes and they're very slow. And our defensemen right now, as constructed, our D group, just the funniest term I heard them called by this Alex Chauvinson was he called them grenade launchers. It's just like the amount of just fucking awful passes these guys throw our forwards. They'll throw it up for that tip dump that just happens all the time. We're just generating no speed in the neutral zone, and we play slow. And it's like we need to be able to turn it back around and force mistakes by the other team, force bad gaps, force mistakes on their defense, put pressure on them. We don't put any pressure on the other teams in the neutral zone.
I have a question.
Yeah.
See, with what you're saying, to me, I agree with everything, but I thought we did a much better job of that all last night.
We did.
Our
absolutely
exits were good and that stuff. But what you're saying is I'm not an analytic guy, and anybody who watches this team can see it. Like it's so bad that the eye test is like, you don't need somebody to go here, look at the data. No, watch the game. And it's like,
right. But what I think that the data helps is like, we can watch the Devils and be like, they seem bad at this, but it's like, are they bad at it? Does everybody else do it that way? And I think what the data does is contextualize and says, yeah, relative to the rest of the league, they are pretty fucking bad at this. And we were.
So what is that? Is that a coaching style? Is that Keith? Is that the makeup of the team? What is it?
One, I think it's our inability with the D group to move the puck up pretty well. Love him or hate him, Damon Severson can pass the fucking puck. Love him or hate him.
When we got rid of him, we're gonna miss that stretch pass, and we fucking did.
Like, have you seen a gorgeous stretch pass that he used to be able to deliver since he left? Like, we don't have anybody that can do that.
Nope.
Like, I haven't seen one. Like, I don't remember
one guy. There is one guy who I think is good at it, and that's Nemo. He is good at that stretch
Yes. Yeah.
pass,
Fair.
but he
Okay.
hasn't been in the lineup. So yeah,
Right,
you're
fair.
right. There's nobody.
I know he would make bafflingly dumb mistakes, but that's we replaced him with Luke, who can't do the stretch pass. So I think it's the grenade launchers within our D core.
Okay.
B, I think it's something structurally with how the forwards play in the defensive zone. So a defenseman will rim the puck up the boards, right? And the other team is almost always in front of our wing and
Right.
intercepting that. If our wing and their wing are getting there at the same time, our wing is almost always losing that battle. If it does go up to the point, our wing is almost always losing that battle at the point as well. It's just it gets clogged up along the wings. And I don't know if that's the wing talent we have, if we have guys that are natural right wings playing left wing and natural left wings playing right wing. Like, Keefe himself has said we play a bit of positionless hockey. So it's like, who's losing those battles. But a lot of times I see it's Palat's losing a lot of D zone battles on the wall. Mercer's losing a lot of D zone battles on the wall. Gritzik is actually pretty good at it. He did a nice little move last night where he kind of flipped it with one hand and it popped around the guy. But we just haven't seem to have guys that aren't very good at winning D-zone board battles or winning 50-50 pucks along those boards. But it starts with the defenseman throwing shitty passes up the boards.
Right.
We were better at it last night. We were better at turning around and turning it up. But they just revert back to this kind of slow, methodical way to get through the neutral zone.
Yeah, and I agree. And it's like to see how many times they retreat back into their own zone, and like you said, that is so frustrating. It's like they're going the opposite way, and this team plays very frustrating. And it's like you go back to that 8-game winning streak, and it was quick outs on the offensive zone. They were moving the puck. Decisions were made, especially through the neutral zone. The decisions were made quick. The pucks were tape to tape, and they were generating offense. There's some games where these guys can't hit a fucking pass. And that's the thing it's like, my goodness, like, and it's obvious that Jesper Bratt without Jack Hughes is a below, average player in the league. I honestly believe that without Jack,
I wouldn't say below average, but he's
nothing special.
He's not an elite individual
No.
play driver like I think a lot of our fans. He's a very good player,
and I think that's
he's a nice
what
player.
we need. I think we need some play drivers. We need more guys that play like Connor Brown and Cody Glass that win those board battles. They'll get in front of the net. They're not afraid to do the dirty work, and they take the easy play and they just try and make something happen.
Yeah, and now I've moved off of look, if someone is going to fix this team or come in and help this team, I really no longer actually I think we actually need a new 4C that can play up to 3C. I like that Cody Glass, Connor Brown, Gritsuk third line. So if we get I'm back to kind of wanting that top 6 wing again and someone that could play 4C and replace Glendening. Speaking of not being able to catch a pass, there's one play last night where wide open puck right on his tape. He's coming up the right wing boards. Puck is right on his tape from Luke, and it just hits a stick and goes off. And it's like, This guy literally has fucking concrete blocks your hands. I bet Bobby's kid probably catches that pass and gets a zone entry.
Paul Cotter has done nothing this year. He's another one. He's nothing.
He did the same thing he always does 4 times. Timo Meyer does the same thing where they're driving down the wing,
bring it around the net,
bring around the bottom of the net, spin and try and shoot.
Yep.
Like blind shot. It's like those two guys in particular. I want to see you drop your shoulder and drive to the fucking net, because you know what that'll do. Sure, if you try that and it gets stripped, you tried. Good. But it might also draw a penalty. It'll draw a hold. It'll draw a slash. It'll draw a hook. It'll draw something. Because you two are big enough and strong enough to drive to the front of the net. Drive to the fucking paint. If you look at our shot maps on NHL Edge, we're bottom half, bottom third of the league in shots from inside the paint. I don't know. Did we talk about this last time? How we have one rebound goal at 5-on-5 this year? That's dead last in the league.
That's disgusting. It's disgusting.
It's just we have no one in our team that has any kind of appetite for sitting net front and catching abuse. And we have no one that does that and also has a deflection skill set and or a flash screen skill set. Like these guys just don't really have any of this talent. Do we have anyone like a Joe Pavelski or a Chris Kreider
No,
that can fucking deflect pucks? Like, no, we don't.
nope.
Maybe Timo a little bit.
Maybe Timo, but I mean, he doesn't do it enough. That's the
Yeah.
problem with Timo. It's been the problem since he's been here. Like Timo, when he plays his game and he drives play, he can be the best player on the ice on any given night, but he doesn't do it every night. And
It's
and I'm
just-
kind of like I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of the same shit with the same group of guys, and it goes from Fitz down. At my point right now, there's nobody safe. And if you can make this team better, you better fucking do it. I don't care who goes. If you
Mhm.
trade Nico, I was standing on the table about no way, never ever. Nico Hischier will be a Devil until the day he dies. I want a Stanley Cup. And if you need to move off of him to get guys in, the problem is, again, I don't trust the man making the decisions. So I feel like we're just kind of fucked this year. Like I really do. I feel like we're completely screwed. We're not until ownership moves off of him and then new management comes in and makes those changes. Then, okay, maybe we can look at the future. But to me, it's like status quo. This is it.
Yeah, I kind of think that too. Like, it was like we said, like, Dougie looked like he was a guy that isn't playing for this team anymore.
Now, Keefe
And
should
but
sit
but
him.
he's still on the team.
Keefe should
Honestly,
sit him a game.
yeah, I think so. Unfortunately, we got news today that Nemec is still 2 to 4 weeks away. But honestly, I'll play the Chalowski over Dougie right now.
Right now, I mean, why not? And maybe that's what Keefe needs to do too, is start putting the hammer down a little bit on some of these guys. So with the effort that you got from Dougie last year, I think Lindy Ruff would have sat him. I mean, at this point, you might need to sit him for a game or two, and at least
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the other problem is like moves are going to have to get made because we do have these guys all coming back at some point. We're over the cap. We don't have enough spots in the lineup. What is Fitz's plan when Nemo comes back and Kobe comes back and McEwen comes back? What are you planning on doing?
I mean, Kovacevic is skating with the regular group now. He was
Yeah.
on the ice with them in a contact jersey. Hang on.
So he's probably a few games away. I mean, if he's wearing a contact jersey, I would think that he would be ready to play ASAP. So if that's the case, yeah, then maybe you do. You sit Dougie, but they won't. They'll sit Colton White, who I thought, you see him now getting that more confidence. He's making some more plays. He's, contributing a little bit more to the offense. I like this kid. I do. Colton White.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would you, because there are 3 guys that are kind of on my shit list right now, and they all happen to be from the same country. Timo, Nico, and Siegenthaler.
Oh, okay. So there's the Swiss misses.
Yeah, what if we shipped all of them off somewhere? Ship them to LA to go play with Fiala and get a bunch of pieces back. Get a bunch of pieces back there. I hate to say like certain people are package deals, but it does kind of feel like sometimes some of these guys are somewhat package deals. Jack and Luke would absolutely probably be a package deal.
What could you possibly get back for Timo Meyer, Nico Hischier, and Jonas Siegenthaler? I mean, just Meyer and Hischier alone would draw a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. Brady Tkachuk, Batherson, and I don't know, someone else.
See, again, if you...
And a pick, and then fucking we'll let Colton White play in Siegenthaler's spot, and then...
I would do it.
I don't know.
And Fitz should also look at it by saying, you know what? If I don't do anything, I'm probably getting fired at the end of this year. If I do something and it doesn't work, I'm probably getting fired at the end of this year. So
what if he doesn't? He might not. He might not. It's crazy to say. Like,
he's tenured. That's it. He can do
not.
whatever
And
the hell
honestly,
he wants.
I hate to pin things on Keefe too, but coaching is always such an easy scapegoat. Yeah. And I don't think any of them should be safe either. Rogalski, Carlton, and Keefe. And the only guy who's going to be safe is Breland, because
He's brilliant.
Yeah. So
would I do it? Yeah. Yes, I would. I mean, if I was Tom Fitzgerald and I was looking at this team and I'm saying to myself, for 3 years now, I've had this core together and we've never got past game 5 of the second round of the playoffs. I got to do something. What would be a huge move that would completely change not just the lineup, but the culture in this dressing room and turn this team hopefully going in the right direction overnight? I would be calling Ottawa and I would dangle whoever. And like you said, Batherson and Kachuk.
Oh, hang on.
I
Let me look at fucking their actual roster. I just threw out Batherson because he scored a couple goals against us, but
I mean, they do have a lot of other really good guys on that team. I mean,
yeah, like Stutzla.
Did you get Stutzla and Kachuk for Meyer and Hischier?
Really good. Do you know what's really funny is like Nico Hischier and Nick Suzuki. There used to be an argument, and it was kind of silly that people thought Nick Suzuki was better than Nico. Nick Suzuki is a mile better than Nico Hischier is now. Nico is so badly regressed this year, and honestly, because he scored 35 goals last year, and we've seen what he's done over the past couple of years, I still do think something's wrong with this guy, like injury wise. It's just like it's inexplicable. Like that's the thing. It's like I'm not trying to make an excuse for him, but it's inexplicable that he's fallen off. That there's a crispness lacking in his game. Like his stride looks like it's not as powerful as it was. It just seems like something's fucking wrong.
And he was always the guy that camped out in front of the net. He was always that net front blue paint guy, and he hasn't been doing it. So maybe there is some truth to that. Maybe he is injured. Collect Records makes a really good point. I like this. He says Fitz is not capable of owning his mistakes and making a new plan. It's one of his worst qualities. I completely agree. It is a terrible quality of his, and instead of coming out saying, you know what, I fucked this up or whatever, and I need to move off of this. So you got, as a manager, you need to move off your mistakes quickly, identify them and move off them, because otherwise does anybody even remember the terrible contract that PLD had in LA? No, because they fucking saw it one year and they moved off of it. They didn't just keep their fingers crossed and hope for the best. They moved off of a mistake that they made. And Adams came out and said, I fucked up. I made that mistake. I had to get rid of that contract. And, and they did.
Yeah,
and they're a better team because of it.
Tampa did it too. They gave up a boatload of draft picks for Trent Frederick. Was it Frederick or no? Was it? No, it was the other guy that's like him.
I don't know who you're talking about, but go ahead. It's fine.
They gave up I forget who it was, to be honest. Why did I think it was Frederick? It was someone like him.
Edmonton now. He was Boston.
Yeah, and he sucks too. But they realized pretty quickly that was a mistake.
Yeah.
This is going to kill me. It wasn't Frederick, but it was someone similar that's like a big fighter type that once scored like 20 goals, but is just an absolute shell of themselves. Tanner Jeannot. That's who it was. So Tanner Jeannot scored 20 goals one year. Tampa gave up like a shitload of picks for him. Realized pretty quick, it was like, oh no, this guy sucks. Got rid of him. Same thing with the Rantanen deal in
in Colorado.
Carolina. Yeah, they're like, all right, well, he's not going to sign here, so we got to flip him. Yep. Like, don't tell me you can't move big contracts and big players. Like, don't tell me you can't do that, because it happens. It's happened twice in the past 2 years.
And more so is just getting the right people in, because I believe that there is a culture issue with this team. I do. I believe that this team lacks in leadership, and they don't have that kind of winning culture that you see a lot of these other teams. Like I heard, what did Cody Glass say last night? That Jack came in and like read the team the riot act or something. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, Jack said after the game. No, he just said between the first and second, Jack tore us a new asshole. And you know what? Great.
Absolutely.
Great. And like, again, I've seen a lot of people being like, oh, you made the turnover in the second. It's like, I don't fucking care. He showed some balls, showed some heart, and let these guys know that this is not acceptable. And good.
Mistakes,
and did you see them come out? Did you see them come out in the second?
They've never started a period like that.
They were stomping on the Capitals' dicks all that fucking period.
And they could do that to any team. So what's the problem? Why is it this constant start and stop, 1 step forward, 2 steps back for the last 3 years?
It's just
You know,
it's everything just seems so hard for them. I
yeah,
don't know if it's mental, if they're squeezing their sticks. It probably is. I mean, it is mental. But like none of them are getting taken out of the lineup. None of them are getting threatened with benching.
no,
Why are we playing Colton White 12 minutes and Dougie 24? Why are we doing that? Like why is the fourth line out there with 5 minutes left to play?
do you think that that's something like is that just Keefe, or do you think that like management is fit saying no, you play Dougie or whatever, or do you think it's Keefe?
I don't think stuff like that happens. I don't
No,
think I know. I don't think management's
I hope not,
affects.
but you're right.
I don't think that really happens. Like, I know, that's a sort of money ball where it's like I designed the team this way, but management, they don't usually get involved. I'm sure like they have input on it. Like I'm sure
Right.
Keefe and Fitz have check-ins like pretty frequently,
And
and they talk about players all the
like, do you
time.
think that he would call Keefe, call Fitz, and say, "Look, I'm benching Dougie tonight. He's
Yeah,
not
I
playing."
think so.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
And
I think Fitz would be like, good, okay.
you
You
have
know,
to.
you
I
have to
honestly
like
think you have
like
to.
they work in tandem. Like we talked about this, like with asking guys to waive their no trade clauses. Keith knows that they're getting asked to waive the no trade clauses, and probably the leadership group in that room, like they're asking Nico, they're asking Jack, like,
Yeah.
hey, are you okay if we get rid of this guy? They're talking a lot. Like they don't just go home and fucking ignore each other. Like they're at the facilities all the time. They're always practicing. They're always together. So yeah, I think there needs to be a cultural change. I like Ridley Gregg. He's the guy that fucking took that slap shot into the empty net on Ottawa.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was fucking funny as shit.
All
Like
right.
Amadio, Shane Pinto. Although Shane Pinto has a pretty big deal that kicks in. I don't know what he's doing. Fabian Zetterlund,
All right.
Brady.
So okay, so we're gonna move Nico and Timo to Ottawa for Brady and pieces. So that's the question. Who's the other piece? And also, who then do you put the C on? It's the Devils if you trade Nico.
I don't think you put any C on anyone. I think you give Brady and Jack A's. I don't know who they would give one beyond that, if anybody. I mean, I think Palat maybe still keeps it until he's gone. But then you see who emerges as the captain. Like
I
I kind of
agree.
like doing that. I do like what Jack did last night in
Yeah.
terms of stepping up and being vocal and saying what needed to be said. Like this is the third time that this team has said that something like this has happened. They had a team meeting and then that didn't do anything. Then another team meeting, and now they're saying it in between periods. It's like, how many times can these guys get talked to before you get your head out of your ass?
And that's why it's at the point now that repercussions have to be done, whether that's benched, whether that's losing ice time, or just straight up getting fucking shipped somewhere else. You can't keep, this is insanity at this point. Like, seriously, we are just doing the same thing over and over. You're not going to get any different results. This is it. This is the team. They make the playoffs. They lose in the first round.
We have enough evidence. Like we said this before coming to this season. This is a make or break season.
Yeah.
And we had enough of this. They're young. They're up and coming. Like this was the season that this shit was supposed to come together and happen. And it hasn't. And I think that is why everybody is so broken about this season. Like the fan base, this season has really broken this fan base. You can lean on reasons and maybe even excuses for the past couple seasons, but this was the one where it was all supposed to come together, where you can't make excuses. You can't have any reasons anymore. We can't lean on injuries anymore. Like like that. Enough. Like either win or don't and get shipped the fuck out. So we're at the get the ship the fuck out period.
So who are we getting with Brady? Who do you want on Ottawa? Because I like. I'll
really
take Zetterlund, but I need something more than Zetterlund and Kachuk.
I really like.
Timo
Yeah,
and Nico.
Greg, Zetterlund, Batherson, Brady. Those are the four guys.
Okay.
Ridley Gregg,
Fabian
Zetterlund, Drake Batherson, Brady Kachuk.
So all four of those for the two?
Even maybe Michael Amadio. I kind of like him.
It's me, Amadio.
Should we get Curtis McDermott?
No, thank you, please. I want Zach McEwen back. I want this guy on the team. I want to see
Yeah, what
him
happened?
like
Where's
play
he?
longer than
Like,
2 games. I heard he's skating again too. So
is it all right?
yeah, so I mean that's the other thing. Like we said, like things have to get done. You don't have enough room. Guys got to go.
Somebody's got to
So
go.
yeah,
And that's why, like, just the way Dougie looked last night with I thought he was going to get shipped out at
today
midnight last night.
I did too.
The delusional me with the way he looked last night, where he was actively sabotaging this team. I was like, this guy is just playing like he's about to get traded and knows it.
Yep.
And nope, of course not. Like, what are we thinking? He's not getting fucking traded. Are we fucking idiots? Like, what are we talking about? Like you said, like this fucking guy's not going to do anything. He's just going to sit on his fucking hands again. You know, throw it up. We came in second. We want to create competition. Want to see what our team looks like. You know,
We got
all
a
this
tough game
bullshit.
on Tuesday.
Yeah, we got another game on
Yeah.
Tuesday. Then we got a game right after that on Wednesday, and it's 2026.
Yep. So I mean, you got the Maple Leafs, who I'm not sure they're still shitty, right? Or are they playing better?
I don't know. That's a good question.
They are.
No, they put
No,
up a touch. They just put up a touchdown on someone.
Well, they're at 39 points, 37 games played. They're last in the Atlantic Division.
What's
39.
their last 10?
Their last 10 games?
Yeah, you guys are right.
Good question.
4-4-2.
Yeah, so they put up 7 against Ottawa. They beat them 7-5. Then they beat the Penguins 6-3. They lost 5-1 to the Stars. They lost 5-3 to the Predators. They lost 4-0 to the Capitals, and then they beat Chicago 3-2. And then before that, all right. So starting from December 11th, we'll go there. Okay, we'll go back to December 8th. All right, they lost to the Lightning 2-0. Then they lost to the Sharks 3-2 in overtime. They lost to the Oilers 6-3. That's 3 losses in a row. Then they beat Chicago 3-2. Then they got shut out by the Capitals 4-0. Lost to the Predators 5-3. Lost to the Stars 5-1. So they lost another 3 in a row, and then they beat the Maple Leafs, or the Penguins rather, 6-3, and then the Senators 7-5. And today they play the Red Wings tonight at 7. So
it'll be interesting to see if because that's 6 goals and 7 goals. That's a lot of fucking scoring. And
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if they can pull that together. The other issue that's happening is like, we're talking about O'Reilly and Stamkos and Marchessault from Nashville. Well, Nashville's 6-4 in their last 10, and I think they're now almost at 500.
Yeah, they're 16, 17-4 for 36 points. But they're not making the playoffs, and you could tell that right now. Like they're
I get it, but it's just like they're the upswing. And Trotz, said he wanted to, and any of the guys that we'd have interest in said that they want to stay there. Calgary's 7-3. Like, does that mean Kadri's not on the table anymore?
No, I think those guys are going to be, because I just don't see. I think that you have to sell if you're those guys. You can't have a pipe dream that you're going to make it. Like, it's not like the Metropolitan where everybody is a fucking cunt hair away. But you're right. You know, the teams might decide to, okay, we're going to trade some guys, but not our Kadris or not our whoever, Ryan O'Reilly. But I don't know. Like, it's so frustrating, because it's like we all know that this team can be so much better, but just nothing gets done to make it better.
Yeah, and we see it in flashes, and it's the 5-on-5 play is good, but the special teams fall apart. The goaltending is good, but the defense is leaky, and we forget how to score. We remember how to score, but the goalies and the defense fucking forget how to play. It's just we cannot. And it's been 2 years and change of this, of like, we cannot put all the pieces together at once and just put it together and go and run. Even during our 8-game winning streak, they still weren't like really playing all that great. No. They were kind of eking out some wins and kind of winning in some weird ways. Same way that happened during our 13-game winning streak. But you need to do that. You need to win when you don't have your A game. You need to win with your B game. And the B game that these guys have just fucking sucks right now.
Yeah, because when they do play their A game, they're still not getting 2 points out of it.
Well, Keith said this morning, he's like, well, we're not getting the results we want, but the past couple of games we've been put ourselves in position to win. It's like, all right, yeah, I guess like if
Trust
that's
the
what you want to
process.
lean on, yeah, it's like great, we're getting process wins, but it's like it's not good enough.
No,
It's not good enough. We need results, man.
not with this team. Not with this
No.
team, with the position that this team's in, where these guys are in their careers, where they are with their contracts. This is now your window. This is it.
This is it.
And they're fucking blowing it. And
Yeah.
yeah, something's got to
Fine.
get done. But
Let's get back on the get me Brady Kachuk train. Fuck it.
I am there. Brady Kachuk, Nico Heischer, Timo Meyer for Brady Kachuk, Fabian Zetterlund, and Drake Batherson. Let's make
Do
it
it.
happen.
Sure.
I mean, would Ottawa do that?
No.
I don't know. If you're Ottawa, you have to kind of look at it the same way the Devils are, right? Like you just said it. What has Brady done to bring us to the next level?
I'd throw in fucking Siegenthaler too. Send all the
Okay.
Swiss boys there.
All right. So we send all the
Because
Swiss boys
they
there.
have they have Shabbat and a couple other defensemen that aren't pulling their weight. So
Make
have
a
a
huge
Siegenthaler.
move. Make
Yeah,
a move
make a
that
massive
fucking
move.
takes everybody by surprise, and maybe it works out for both teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, maybe a change of scenery is what some of these guys need.
It's
don't
going to
know.
be fucking hilarious seeing if something like that happens, seeing all the little fangirls of Nico lose their goddamn minds. Like, oh, our pretty captain got replaced by the fucking
Baby
bad guy
Huey.
by the Chucky.
Exactly. Oh man. All right. Look, you got anything else? You want to wrap it up for tonight, my friend?
No.
If Brady asks for a move, I'm making almost any trade to get him. He's a leader, a playoff type, and he's tight with Quinn Hughes. We'd be in rough shape with centers if Nico went, but I'm still making that move.
Yeah, Brady could like that's the thing. Like people make it too big a deal about having centers. Like,
oh, I do. I know we disagree about this, but go ahead.
Like
I make a big deal about centers.
But like to get a certain type of player. And Keefe has said this over and over again, is that they kind of play a positionless hockey. Yes. Centers are great, like because they take faceoffs, and faceoffs are situationally important. But I do not give a fuck about losing Nico Heischer if it gets us Brady Kachuk. And Brady can take faceoffs every now and then. You know, if we have Glass, we have Glendening that can take draws.
Glendening's no joke in the middle. He can carry.
Yeah, like they brought him out in overtime to
just
be
to
a
take
Fogo.
that face off.
Yeah.
And he won it.
Yeah, he did. You know, the only thing we'd lose is a lefty for the you want a lefty in the left dot in the D zone and a righty in the right dot. That's the only thing we'd lose, really. But like they play positionless hockey in the other in every other zone.
Well, is Batherson a center? Let's get a center before we finish up. Let's just get a center out of Ottawa. So we'll take Brady, and we need a center.
Okay, all right. Yeah, let's get on the horn with Fitz, right? Actually, fucking no one can get on the horn with Fitz. Fucking Novo and Nichols can't even get interviews with him right now. Yeah, let's see. Batherson is pure right wing. Ridley Gregg plays center left wing. It says. Dylan Cousins. I don't want Cousins. He gets hurt too much. Fabian Zetterlund's a pure wing.
Yeah.
Shane Pinto, he's on IR. He's hurt all the time too.
All right, so they don't have anybody in the middle. That's okay. All right.
That's the thing. It's like, like I get it. Like it's important to have good center depth, but like, if guys are weaving and coming in and out, and like once you get in the offensive zone, there are no real positions. Like Pee Wee hockey is like the wings are on the boards and the center helps the D down low and the weak side wing helps the guy in front. It's like that doesn't happen at the pros. Like it's F1, F2, F3. And once the faceoff happens, it's positionless hockey. So
and look, Brady married a Jersey girl. He got married here. He's, I think, somehow related to Fitz's weird way through marriage or whatever. Yeah, make it fucking happen. And I think it's got to be Nico for Brady. Let's do it.
Sure.
All right.
Get Fitz on the horn, Chris. I'll see you later.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you. Oh, real quick. If you guys anybody is like, oh shit, I completely forgot to get a Christmas present for whoever, Brick City Hockey Apparel, go there. All awesome Devil-centric stuff, all original t-shirts, hoodies, hats, anything you name it. Awesome stuff. I just got my old barn with the old Meadowlands on it.
Did you get it?
The other day? I did get it. So I love it. It's good quality, no joke.
The quality is really good. Like
Yes.
that was one thing I was like, I don't know who this guy is, like whatever. And the quality of the t-shirt is actually really good. It fits me perfect as a guy with hefty cleavage.
See,
It fits nicely.
Yeah, nice and snug. And you get me. I wish I had $1. And use promo code Puckers, Puckers, promo code Puckers for 20% off your order. So go and check them out. BrickCityHockeyApparel.com.
Yep.
I believe the link should be in the description. And if you're listening to us on podcast, please a 5-star review, a positive comment does help the little podcast that could. And if you're watching on YouTube, the subscribe, hit the alert bell, all the other fun stuff every time you do. An angel gets his wings. I'm Chris. He's Tim. We're the Uncle Puckers, and we'll see you when we see you.
Suck a dick, Valaket.
It's over, Johnny. It's over!
Nothing? I was waiting for you.